for another one. Back for another one. Yeah, come on now. That's a good. So that was a good selection from community. Hey, look, man. Whatever the community suggests, we're gonna vibrate it. I like it. That was a good vibration. That's aligned to energy. Nice little dancehall vibe. Right. So
oh, that was fire.
Yeah, we do music and stuff like that for real. I think we pretty. Whatever. Music. Huh? Unless y'all want another song, I don't know. Right. That's.
I got another one.
You got another song. I bet you do got another song, brother. I bet you do got another song. Oh,
fire.
Yeah. Bet you do. Yeah, man. So let me double check and make sure we Gucci before I start getting into the Ubi. You know what I'm saying?
What's the other one? What's the brethren name?
We in here. We in here right now. Okay. Oh, Sky is live in here. My bad. Okay. Alright, so let me see. Boom. Make sure we in the right.
That song is so hard.
There you go. That's the right one. Alright, boom. So let me get up out of here. So, just wanted to make sure we was live on the jump. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about internal, the external alchemy. You see how I like to always give you a nice little blend of things, right? Because, I'm from Baltimore. Born and raised, you know what I'm saying? From the, to the true roots, okay? I mean, from Adams, Black Wall Street, Division Street, Ox Social Club, West Baltimore, the Heights, Greenmount, come on, we all over the thing. You know what I'm saying? Howard Street. We got 5 districts here, right? And so, it's the framework. I don't really, talk too much on that, but just so, we know that. Yeah, but, we also got 5 cities across the nation, including LA, ATL, New Orleans. Yeah, but nobody worry about that, right? And also, international. But back into, this thing, right? We'll be talking about internal, external alchemy, right? So we are international broadcast. So we're gonna be on Roku, TV, Fire Stick, all those type of good things, right? So we want y'all to be able to, understand. We got the framework here. It's the framework. So we streaming here, so y'all can be able to get it first. Y'all got it first. So let's get into it, right? Y'all can see my screen? As long as y'all can see my screen. Don't last time y'all didn't see my screen. So I don't know if we gotta do some extra double checks this time to make sure y'all see my screen. I'm more than willing. Let me get into it. Let me find that document. Here we go. Can y'all see my screen? Now let me double check and make sure y'all can see my screen, because I'm not doing this time. Last time, y'all didn't see my screen, and y'all told me that, and I do apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? Alright. I'm also got some sound therapy on too for y'all too. As we, doing our whole meditation. Got some low frequencies on. Okay. Alright, y'all can see it. Okay. As long as y'all can see it, you good. Brothers always. Did you see how another brother go outside with the mic on this thing? I don't even know if that's affecting the audio at all. I think that is affecting the audio. How do I cut the other mic off? I don't. I'm gonna pause this. At least cut the other mic off. Right back. Thank you. There we go. You ever had a broadcast where like somebody walk off with the mic and let that go on shit? So that's the first sense of nonsense there. But but that's I need to hear on that. Let me get some music off for y'all. Hold on 1 second. Alright. I got some sound therapies on. Let me find the right one. How y'all feeling today? Don't laugh at me, though. Yeah, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. I do be silly sometimes. I don't be playing. Because we be doing silly stuff, So, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let me finish this first. You got me, right? Now you see where you catching my drift. I didn't want the mic to interfere, if I'm because it's two mics and the person that's going to also be reading with me. I stepped outside to make a quick phone call, and the mics was interfering with the live stream. I didn't want that to. So, alright. So let's get into internal alchemy, right? Wigong and Wigong training. This is what we're talking about today. The secret teachings. We're gonna start off at page 9. That's what we last time talked about. It's gonna be more of an introduction to internal and external alchemy. What they call Neigong and Weigong. Right? Neigong is internal, and they have Weigong. But that's that's some good framework now. So we're gonna start at spiritual transformation. Internal alchemy is your foundational principles of internal alchemy. You have your wuxi. Your wuxi is the emptiness, the void, the unseen, right? And then you have your shin, your spirit, right? You'll have your chi, which is your energy, right? Everywhere. Energy is. Right? And so you have your chi. And then you have ji, which is your essence. Jing is your uniform. Right? Jing is your essence. Yeah. Jing is like your soul. Right? I want to create another me. That's my jing. My G is my off seed, my seed. The seed of my life. So we're gonna start that spiritual transformation, right? And so you can see in Taoist alchemy that you have the path to spiritual enlightenment, and then also the path to magic powers. This is alchemy. I have the path to spiritual enlightenment, or path to magic powers. These are choices now, because a lot of people tend to stray towards more of a spiritual enlightenment phase, which is great, because just like how in the Dragon Gate Taoism you have the Buddhists, or the Buddhism is utilized to deprive the precepts, and then you have Confucianism, which is utilized in your formal warfare, business, and life, and energy, and understanding, sort of understanding how to protect yourself, and etc. Those things shows a lot of why, Confucianism. You have Taoism. Taoism is Taoism. Lao Tzu. Iroquois witness. Iroquois witness. What a lot of people don't talk about is the fact that the autochthonous peoples, Iroquois, is autochthonous to this land. And when you go across the whole nature of the thing, you start to understand, the Pacific tribe. I understand the Atlantean tribe, I understand, but the Pacific tribe, even the Silk Road, etc., these things were, we had, transport, right? Even 5,004 to 4,500 to 5,000 kilometers off of the coast of California, you end up in Asia somewhere. If I'm not mistaken, this is crossing the Pacific. And so when we get to the understanding how, how the sciences work and how Iroquois actually may have ended up in China. It's the same way of how, the Iroquois may have ended up in Kush. Then how they ended up in Egypt, which hence you see the feathers, birds' feathers. I mean, a lot of those birds and animals that they portray in the material are not autochthonous or indigenous to that land. So you understand that it was also a storyline that they were also talking about. Even the Ba, you have the bird, body, the head of the, which is also significant of the soul, right? You have the Ka, which is your house of your ancestors, which is you see the field goals that you see, they kick you through. The Ka, house of your ancestors with a pig skin. But that's neither here nor there. I don't, excuse me. It is said that the ultimate goal of studying Taoist alchemy and esoteric magic is to awaken those who are spiritually asleep. So we're starting off with spiritual transformation. It shall be good. So we started off with spiritual transformation now, right? And so you understand that it says that the ultimate goal of studying Taoist alchemy and esoteric magic is to awaken those who are spiritually asleep, and to apprentice those who are already awake. I'll run it back for you one more time. It is said that the ultimate goal of studying Taoist alchemy and esoteric magic is to awaken those who are spiritually asleep, and to apprentice those who are already awake. Okay? Whether or not an individual's spiritual discipline has been rooted in a particular religious teaching, if they seek hard enough, they will eventually discover the esoteric truth of true enlightenment, or true spiritual enlightenment, not just a specific enlightenment. This road less traveled eventually leads to the seeker to more spiritually evolved levels of being. Please excuse me, I had to put the other hat back on. I gotta stop playing around. Put your hat back on. Brother, keep the hat on. Alright, this is my Dalshi hat. Hansa Dalshi, this is my crown of Haskis. Alright, so we're back in Professor Mo. So eventually it leads the seeker to more spiritually evolved levels of being. The road less traveled eventually leads the seeker to more spiritually evolved levels of being. And I actually just displayed that in just now, right? That was the road less traveled, indeed. So gradually, the individual experiences a personal relationship with the divine. A personal relationship with the divine. Right? Sort of like how they talk about in the biblical scripts with Jesus and David and Enoch and Joshua. A lot of these different individuals all spoke to the divine. Their mind, right? When it comes to actual imagery of who God represents, there's no physical presence. Unnameable is the essence, right? And so that was the context to Jesus being the messenger. But the road less traveled eventually leads the seeker to more spiritually evolved levels of being. It also lets you understand that you also have the power to connect and communicate with the divine just as such. These are all esoteric doctrines, just as many of the doctrines that you start to come across, you start to understand that there were certain individuals that were teaching, sacred and divine sciences that were not available to us in this timeline because, in that experience, in that previous timeline was a different, Yeah, we have a lot of confidence now. I'll take that. We do. Right, so let me Yeah, so gradually the individual experiences personal relationship with the divine, and naturally lives as a true man or woman, Zen of divine light. Sharing this divine joy, awareness, love, and compassion with everyone he or she encounters. One ancient Taoist teaching states, Tian Wen He is the mind, I know that. All heavenly people are in harmony as one. They are now. They are. Without proper training, however, many well-meaning individuals end up becoming religious fundamentals and philosophical robots, memorizing and reciting sacred texts and holy scriptures without the ability to embody the true teachings of the original founders of that spiritual tradition. This goes back into just like how they talk about in the many scriptures. Actually, this comes to an embodiment, right? This goes far beyond utilizing the profound statements to create an exaggerated, I don't know. It goes far beyond that, right? When you're having an encounter with the divine, it's a different experience. You're more embracing the actual experience to many different personalities, just like I say in the Bhagavad Gita, like I always say. The many different personalities of the Supreme Godhead. Krishna. Christian. He's all here. Right? The Bhagavad Gita is actually a very old book. And there are many different texts that are inside the Bible, just like they had in the Council of Nicaea, but let's not get into that because we are talking here. All heavenly people are in harmony as one. So regardless of whatever religion you are in, please, as long as you're connecting to the divine, please, we welcome you. Because we are all in harmony as one. But without proper training, however, many well-meaning individuals end up becoming religious fundamentals or philosophical robots, memorizing and reciting sacred texts and holy scriptures without the ability to embody the true teachings of the original founders of that spiritual tradition. This is an embodiment now, right? So these uneducated individuals unquestioningly follow religious dogma, condemning or denying everything that is not taught or associated with their own particular system of religious belief. It sounds a little harsh, but I agree. Right? So the study of ancient Taoist alchemy is not just the study of a specific religion. It is instead the collection, organization, and application of secret knowledge derived from thousands of years of ceaseless experimentation and energetic transformations. I think I transformed just reading that line. It is instead the collection, organization, and application of secret knowledge. The collection, organization, and application of secret knowledge. That's very profound in itself, right? And so, come on now, that's very profound in itself. Instead is the collection, organization, and application. The organization of energetic, secret knowledge, but energetic transformation. Energetic transformation, right? So this is thousands of years of understanding the doctrines to do what? Energetically transform yourself, right? And so this is secret knowledge derived from thousands of years of ceaseless, thousands of years. This is 2026. They said thousands with an S, meaning this is not the first or second thousand that they've taught these energetic doctrines. So, as I was stating, the study of ancient Taoist alchemy is not the study of a specific religion. It is instead a collection, organization, and application of secret knowledge derived from thousands of years of ceaseless experimentation and energetic transformation. It is the true study of the energetic and spiritual building blocks that create and support all life as we know it. Right? It is therefore considered to be simply the research and study of spiritual truth. The following teachings and the information presented in all of the Taoist workbooks is presented as a gift to those sincere students and disciples who truly strive for this deeper understanding of the mysteries of life and for a deeper walk with the divine. Just want y'all to understand that vibration thing, right? And so as we get into the two paths of magical teachings, Taoist alchemy, the path of spiritual enlightenment, and then also the path of magical powers. The spiritual enlightenment is student, but then they always say that when the student is ready, his teacher will appear. And when the student is truly ready, his teacher will disappear. So the path of spiritual enlightenment, your teacher has appeared. The divine is your teacher. And everything that you experience will teach you. Every person, every experience, everything that happens inside this sacred vessel of a world that we call a world, right, is all the wisdom necessary to transform internal and external alchemy. Because there's never been a time that you've experienced the world outside of yourself. It's always been from within. As within, so without. Right? And so let's get into it. In Taoist alchemy, there are two main paths of training: the path to magical power and the path to spiritual enlightenment. Each of these paths has its own advantages and pitfalls. According to one of my teachers, Master Wong, when a Taoist disciple progresses through the various stages of martial artist, healer, scholar, and or priest, he or she will undergo various physical, energetic, and spiritual transformations. Each of these important alchemical transformations enable the disciple to develop deeper and more powerful ways of manifesting and controlling internal and external qi and shin. Remember we talked about the qi energy, as in shin. Shin meaning your mind and also your spirit. Shin, remember that. Divine had me traumatized. That was divine.
The primary purpose of this training, however, is to help the disciple return back to the spiritual harmony that is innate within his original nature.
Come on. the original nature. You're spiritual. Your spirit, which is your shit, your spirit, your mind. And then you have your chi. Excuse me. That was like, like as we said about, The primary purpose of this training, however, is to help the disciple return back, just like the Virgin Jocelyn said, to the spiritual harmony that is innate within the original nature. So the concept is always to revert back to source, your original nature, right? And so through manifesting and controlling internal and external chi, and shit, chi as in energy, shit as in your mind, spirit. You see how they focus directly on energy and then also your mind and energy. These things are in synchronicity, right? And so the primary purpose of this training is to return back to the original nature, harmony, spiritual harmony. So that's what it's doing. The metaphysical realm. The dictionary describes metaphysical as the study of psychic phenomena beyond the limits of ordinary or orthodox psychology. Right? Phenomena. Right? Please, continue, brother.
To the Taoist alchemists, there are subtle dimensions of reality that are very tangible, and access to them is only limited by an individual's fear or ignorance. Since the various theories on the nature of the mind and spirit cannot be easily verified or disproved by intellectual analysis or experimentation, sometimes certain esoteric information and teachings are ridiculed, disbelieved, and or dismissed. The advanced energy theories presented in all esoteric alchemy and Qigong internal skill training are based upon experience. This skill of energy cultivation is neither good nor evil. It is just another aspect of manipulating life force energy.
Life force energy. Oh my God.
More than 2,500 years ago, the ancient Taoists constructed their views on cosmology. They perceived that all things in the world were composed of the same energetic vibrational substance, constantly moving and interacting. The difference between soil and gas was due to the density of this energetic substance and how fast it interacted. The spiritual analogy was that all things in nature, in fact, all things in the universe, were made from the same energetic fabric. We quite literally, we're all one.
Wow. 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 That's powerful, man. Since various theories on the nature of the mind and spirit cannot be easily verified or disapproved by intellectual analysis, man, they talked about the aspect of advanced energy theories presented in old Chinese esoteric alchemy and Qigong internal skill, which is in Wei Gong is external skill, are based upon experience. Most of these things when we talk about with Qigong and Wei Gong are definitely going to be experience based, right? I mean, we want to be able to teach you how to be able to delve into the sciences, but also teach you practical ways of how you can be able to. Excuse me. So yeah, this is the Earth Tone Cologne, by the way. You know, you can get these online. I'm gonna let y'all get a little framework of that. But you know, we definitely gonna start off. I'll say how it's done. Give thanks to all the ancestors, known and unknown. Give thanks to the divine spirit. Baby, give thanks to Elect Mariah, Nikolai, Luciana, Kanyo. Give thanks to Olo, Josie, and we give thanks to Mari, we give thanks to Oshun, Yamaya, we give thanks to Rokamaya, Kanyo, Kufuma. Give thanks to Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shady, all the ancestors known and unknown.
Shady.
It's about to go some more. You know, Tera, Amor, Amen, Amen, Maitanya, Boshi, Aratiana, Antu, Arupis, Aratiana, Gafio, Bofo, thanks to Heteru. Isis are set, not yeah. Thanks to Krishna, Shakti, Lakshmi, Kalima. Give thanks to Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. Shade all the ancestors known and unknown.
Cool. Paying attention to the human body, the ancient Taoist masters understood that each internal organ had a different energetic function and a different speed of interaction or vibration. This basic vibration or life force was named Qi. By chasing the various energies and their pathways flowing within the human body, the basic theories of Taoist alchemy and Chinese energetic medicine was born. Any person could become aware of these different energies and learn how to influence them. Exercises were therefore developed that helped to create this subtle energetic awareness and could be used to generate or regenerate the different energies in the body. From these exercises came the secret Neigong trainings, indigenous in all Chinese internal martial arts, energetic medicine, and Taoist magical systems.
We talk about energetic medicine, Taoist magical systems. See, we also see the martial arts, definitely, because you talk about all the many different forms of martial arts come from the Tao. A lot of many different forms that you see, even by Bushido. The Bushido, Bushidao. You see how Bushidao, these things come from the format of the Taoist teachings, right? And so they talk a lot about, the energetic medicine, right? So we're talking about internal and external alchemy. This is the study of energetic medicine. Vibrational. That's why we do sound therapy, all right? This is energetic medicine, sacred now.
The primary goal of the Taoist disciple was to keep his body's energy in consistent flow and harmony with the rest of nature. After a certain level of skill and awareness was attained, the disciple learned how to harmonize his body with the emotions, then the mind, and finally with the original spirit, Yuan Shin. Once the disciple achieved this harmonious stage, he could eventually enter into the infinite space of the Wu Ji and merge with the eternal Tao.
Woo! So they talk about, the primary goal of the disciple was to keep his or her body's energy in consistent flow and in harmony with the rest of nature. In consistent flow and in harmony with the rest of nature. That is a discipline now. Right? You have to understand that is a discipline. To what? To keep your body's energy in consistent flow and in harmony with the rest of the nature. After a certain level of skill and awareness was attained, the disciple learned what? How to harmonize thy body with the emotions. Right? Harmonizing your body with the emotions is a very sacred process, I should say. Because your emotions can come from yourself, from you, from your generations, from everywhere. It's literally the energy in motion. You have the vastness of water that can swallow you up into everything. And as you look at the water, you see that the moon controls the water. And what else did the moon control? Your side here. 85% water. So you understand how the moon also controls you, of when also your emotions are also in alignment with nature. So as you're in harmony with nature, you'll also be in harmony with your emotion, because your energy and motion is all in alignment with nature. But you also have your balance, right? And you say then you have the mind, right? Understanding your mind, because then that's where you come from. Once you understand your emotions, then you're going to understand the mind, and then finally the alignment with original spirit, one shit. Your original spirit, one. Original spirit, one shit. And once the disciple has achieved this harmonious stage, he or she eventually enters the infinite space of the Wu Shi and merge with the eternal Tao. Right? And so, yeah, that's this is protocol. Yeah, they're talking about the lower Dantian. We're gonna skip down to Pro, right? As I enter the room, right? And we're talking about Shaolin, Northern Shaolin, and I do want to get into that. These are beautiful teachings, by the way, but I feel like we should be getting directly into the whole framework, right? And so these are good balances. Right? They talk about this Shifu from Kama, right? So I'm gonna end it off with where they talk about the internal techniques taught in Taoist alchemy are sometimes extreme, subtle, and the sensitivity needed to master these esoteric skills must be close in nature. In order for the reader to truly understand the complexities involved in esoteric Taoist alchemy, let's get into returning the original nature, right? And so in order for the disciple to return back to his or her original nature, he or she must first encounter and recover his or her Qi essence, Qi energy, and shape, just like we were talking about earlier. We talking about the Wu Qi. Your Qi, your Shin, your Qi, right? You have to reclaim that back from places to which they have been dispersed. You have dispersed your energy in lots of places. You have to reclaim that. You've dispersed your spirit in certain places. You have to reclaim that. You've also placed your G in certain places. You have to also reclaim that. That's your body, that's your essence, that's your freak nasty, you know? You put your freak nasty somewhere, you reclaim your body. Look at it, right? So you get into your Shin, your G, your Chi, right? And so you have to be able to reclaim that from when it was dispersed. In order to accomplish this task, the disciple must continuously disconnect and reclaim the energies that he has, or he or she has previously lost through various interactions within the earthly world. Right? Because it's so profound, right? The disciple must continuously disconnect and reclaim the energies that he has previously lost through various interactions within the earthly world. You've lost a lot of energy and Shin and Chi through many different interactions. So it's time you have to also take time to reclaim that energy. That's what meditation is for, right? This is how you utilize meditation to reclaim your energy back to source, the original nature. There are ways that you have to always return back to your original nature beyond everything that happens in this world. You hear me? Right? And so, in ancient China, in order to effectively assist a disciple in returning back to the original nature, the Taoist study of Taoist alchemy and occult magic was traditionally divided into three main branches of instruction. And they go as follows. The alchemy of earth, the study of what they call low magic, right? The alchemy of man, woman, man, these all coincide. The study of the middle magic. And then you also have the alchemy of heaven, which is understood as the upper magic. So this kind of goes far beyond your, of things. It sounded like it came out though. It was there. But goes far beyond that. It's not, this is actual sacred alchemy. This is not like, Hogwarts was pretty good. Harry Potter was pretty good. This, no, they gave you a depth into the aspect of what, the aspect of magical transformation is, how it actually aligns. Yes, you can do all those things. You can, especially when it comes to aligning your herbs and tapping into your magi, all these type of things like that. These are many different ways. Now, books that also teach you how to do these things, which we do have as well. But getting into the alchemy of earth, the study of low magic, the alchemy of man, the study of middle magic, and the alchemy of heaven, the study of upper magic. And it's funny that they also align those as low magic, which is also below you, right? And middle magic is the alchemy of man and woman, which is right here. That's everything that exists on this plane. It's all a co-creation of the divine. Middle magic. In the middle, you have alchemy of heaven. You see how they say the alchemy of heaven? As if it's a place that you can also attain. Because heavenly is a state that you can attain. Right? Even in the lower realm, they didn't talk about it being hell. They said the alchemy of earth, which is the study of low magic. So each of these three important alchemical systems were specifically studied in order to help assist the disciple in mastering the required skills needed to perform esoteric transformations of advanced Taoist magic. It was also taught that these advanced magical skills could be used to extend the disciple's life so that he or she could continuously cultivate, practice, and eventually achieve immortality. Listen, hey, this is what they talk about out here inside your world. Your celebrities, they talk about achieving a certain state. Yeah, it's a lot of words they're talking about this because at the understanding of a certain realm, this is all a connection. We all connect with these realms, right? And these are advanced teachings. This is all. When you travel the world, a lot of these individuals, they travel the world. So you get to experience a lot. And our world that we have here is definitely like the world outside. I'll tell you that. And so each of the three main branches of alchemical study focus on understanding and mastering the subtle energetic and spiritual resonances that actively vibrate within all physical matter. Hold on. Energetic and spiritual resonances at that vibrate within all physical matter. The ancient Taoists were taught that the physical world was nothing more than a product of projected mind, and that control of projected mind could lead to control of the energy actively vibrating within the environment. In other words, what was made by the mind could be literally changed or controlled by the mind. My God. Brother, my God. They say the ancient Taoists were taught that the physical world was nothing more than a product of the projected mind. Right? And that control of the projected mind could lead to control of the energy actively vibrating within the environment. Control of the projected mind could then do what? Lead to the control of the energy actively vibrating within the environment. Actively vibrating in your projected mind, control the energy actively vibrating in your environment. All this active energy, you control your projected mind and you change it because it's all an aspect of your what? Projected mind. That's what they say. Right? That's what they say. Right? Because you're also talking about the subtle, energetic, and spiritual resonances that actively vibrate within all physical matter. Right? So they say that the physical world was nothing more than a product of the projected mind. And that the control of the projected mind could lead to control of the what? Energy actively vibrating inside the environment. So you can be able to change and alter your life's purpose or change anything based off of your projected mind state. The projected mind alters the reality. Come on now. The projected mind. And that control of the projected mind can lead to control of the energy actively vibrating inside the environment. In other words, what was made by the mind could literally be changed or controlled by the mind. What was made by the mind can be changed or controlled by the mind. You understand? These are very powerful and very profound. And so in order to accomplish this important magical task, the Taoist disciple first had to master the ability to access and control the unbridled thoughts and actions of his own environment and acquired personality. Oh, fuck. Acquired personality is crazy. Oh, the acquired personality. The acquired personality. You have to literally sit with yourself in order to understand your own personality. You have an acquired personality. Right? And so the unbridled thoughts, control the unbridled thoughts. It's a lot of unbridled thoughts that pass through this mind, right? How can you control those unbridled thoughts and actions of his or her own mind? Right? And the acquired personality. These are things that are very tough to do. The unbridled thoughts, they are literally everywhere. You have to be able to control your thoughts, control your mind, right? And then with that, with controlling your mind, controlling your unbridled thoughts, control the actions of his or her own mind. Because you have the actions of his or her own mind, because the mind has creation, right? Because it's a projected mind. Anything you create inside this vessel, it projects, right? This is the truth about it, right? And so, the disciple, or the discipline, control, allowed the disciple to fuse with and utilize incredible powers hidden within the original mind. One shift. Once controlled, it allowed the disciple to fuse with and utilize the incredible powers hidden within the original mind. Once you can control your unbridled thoughts and the actions of your mind and your acquired personality, you then come into the fusion and the utilization of incredible powers hidden within your original mind. So you have powers that are hidden within inside your mind that you have to activate. And again, this is the projected mind. So your environment is also consistent based off of your mind state, your projected mind, the nation of the mind. And so in ancient China, these 3 secret levels of esoteric Taoist alchemy were traditionally only taught to senior closed-door disciples, the Tao de Zi, and gifted apprentices, the Tao de Bi. Right? And so we giving it to you, straight by it. So, yeah. So, feel free, Bridget. If you want to start there, you could. But you could start right here, and I'll continue right there. Yes.
Each sect. Because of religious politics, many times these esoteric teachings were even kept hidden from other Taoist priests. Because of religious politics, many times these esoteric teachings were even kept hidden from other Taoist priests. Check that. In esoteric Taoist alchemy, the various stages of magical development were traditionally divided into 3 levels of achievement, known as Yu, Ji, Ji-Wang, Ri-Wang, and Lin-Wang, described as follows. Yu-Wang, in the first stage of alchemical training, the Taoist disciple studies for many years as an apprentice, the Tao Tudi, under a qualified master, and can eventually display certain skills of lower magic. The training of lower magic is sometimes known as earth magic because it is based on mastering the various energetic and spiritual interactions that occur within the external world. Check the vibe.
Man, The training of lower magic is sometimes known as earth magic because it is based on mastering the various energetic and spiritual interactions that occur within the external world. That is very powerful in itself, right? So even when we get into the foundational practices, is what they talk about in low magic, the external alchemy, which is the secret power of earth, right? They get into mineral magic, mineral powers, and magical elixirs, right? Because you have mineral powers, your earth. The earth that we stand on has so many different alchemical powers. I mean, from the crystals to the herbs to the natural nature, flower. There's so much you can do, right? Then you have your plant magic, plant powers and alchemical and magical elixirs. Then you have your animal magic, animal powers and magical elixirs. Then you have your feng shui, magical powers of wind, water, and soil, right? So your feng shui, your environment, feng shui here, yeah. And so you have your human magic, right? Human magic is the basic practice of Wei Gong and Nei Gong, external alchemy and internal alchemy, Qi Gong and Shin Gong, as well as sex magic. That's human. So the human basic practices, the human magic encompasses basic practices of Wei Gong, external alchemy, Nei Gong, internal alchemy, Qi Gong, Qi alchemy, Shin Gong, spirit alchemy, and sex magic. Spirit alchemy is crazy. You have to practice all of these things now. Your Wei Gong, external alchemy, internal alchemy, Qi alchemy, which is your energy alchemy, your Shin alchemy, which is your spiritual alchemy, and then also sex magic. We are in the space that you can send. If you want to come back, you can do it. Weather magic, gathering thunder magic. So you got so much weather magic. You have weather magic. You can also gather the thunder. You can gather the sun. You can gather the rain. You can gather the air. Gather it. Celestial magic. This comes into magical powers of the stars, sun, moon. Things that go far beyond, right? You see, we don't have and right? And so you get into your middle magic, right? Your middle magic encompasses internal alchemy, the secret power of man or woman, which is your Yi Xing, which is your mind and your essence. Yi Xing, or what they say the Book of Changes divination. Human magic, advanced practices of Wei Gong, Nei Gong, Qi Gong, and Shin Gong training, as well as sex magic, just like we talked about inside the lower magic realms. And then you have the 5 element training, like I just talked about: fire, earth, air, water, ether. Your 5 element training. Celestial and terrestrial powers. Celestial and terrestrial powers. See, that's powerful, right? Because you also have extraterrestrial. So you have 5 element training as well as celestial and terrestrial powers, but then you also have extraterrestrial, right? So if you are studying your terrestrial powers, what makes the extraterrestrial? If you are studying your terrestrial powers, what makes the extraterrestrial? Isn't the extraterrestrial beyond the terrestrial or what you're studying? So is it extraterrestrial a state that's attainable? Would we not say? Right? When it comes to celestial terrestrial powers. But then you have extraterrestrial that goes far beyond your terrestrial, which goes into space, your understanding, right? So once you start to attain a certain space of celestial and terrestrial, you become extraterrestrial. I don't even think you're alien. So then you have the 8 trigram training, prenatal and postnatal powers, right? Prenatal and postnatal powers. Prenatal and postnatal powers. Prenatal, postnatal, before born, after born. Powers for it. the 8 trigram. 8 trigram training? We'll get into that. Transformational magic training. The who and shin travel. Your spirit travel, your soul and your shin travel, your soul and spirit travel, right? So that's transformational magic, to be able to transform yourself, right? And then the last stage is high magic, where we talk about the secret power of heaven. In the secret power of heaven, they talk about immortal training. Just like the training, they talk about immortality. Just like the many different books that you talk about. A lot of your, like I said, a lot of your celebrities talking about, or your presidents, your executive branches and things like that, because they're also traveled. You understand that it's not just a thing where it's like, okay, it's a thing that is attainable. Immortality is something that is attainable when you also teach that. But in our places, in the states that we live in, they capitalize off the mortality of our people so that immortality isn't accessible. But if you teach immortality training, then you would start to understand that, that people can be able to attain a certain state of alchemical transformation as within, so without. So we also have the celestial magic, right? Astrological and celestial divination. Astrological and celestial divination. I know a lot of you people always, astrology and protocol, but there's many different forms of astrology. If you don't like the Gregorian calendar of astrology that comes in association with America, then you study a different one. Go to the Vedas. I like the Vedas. Go to the Vedas. I like Jyotisha too, right? That's the study of light. That goes far beyond astrology. Hey, do some Jyotisha, right? Whatever you like, it's many different forms of studying astrology and celestial divination. Celestial meaning celestial magic. Stars. Things that go far beyond yourself. Extraterrestrials, extra celestial magic. You can do magic with your stars. You can do magic with the things that they call planets. Right? Yeah. So your ming shu, your fate calculation and divination, these are also things that are inside the high magic and esoteric alchemy of the secret power of heaven. Exorcism. Right? Don't shoot the messenger. Exorcism. I said it. You know what I'm saying? I said it. They got it in church, and so somebody got to exercise the spirit. Deity magic, deity magic. You have so many different deities out here. Like, picture of one, they sit up here just stuck on just one deity. So many different deities. I know they say, nobody but I'm the jealous guy. Please, a picture of one that the God teaching this, telling you about low magic, middle magic, and high magic, the secret powers of heaven, man, and earth. And you talking about God having a personality for caring about you, being jealous about you studying the many different personalities of God or the divine. You're studying the many different personalities of the divine. You're studying the many different personalities of the divine spirit. This is your point here, right? Of spiritual transformation is to open yourself. You have to break these barriers, man. That deity magic is something that you have to understand. You have to understand, just like even with our prayers, you understand these are also many different things and ancestors that came before us that about that.
It tells you that. It says because of religious politics, many times these esoteric teachings were even kept hidden from other Taoist priests. I let you know that the priests be keeping it from each other.
Yep.
In the religious politics. So they tell you not to do a thing and go and study the teachings.
Right.
And use them at your ignorance.
Yep.
Because my people will be destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Woo! Woo! They say talismans. Yo, come on, brother. Come on, brother. Thank you, brother. They say talismans and magical tools are also associated with the secret powers of heaven. Talismans and magical tools. Talismans are things that you can be able to create. You can create with minerals and earth. And magical tools. These are things that you can be able to create and utilize. Magical tools now. Yeah. So those are things that you can be able to acquire through heaven and earth. As within, so without. So yeah. But please continue. I think we were on the Riguang. Because
Riguang.
Yeah, Riguang.
Sunlight.
Riguang is
Ooh, look at this. Sunlight.
Sunlight.
Ra, Ri. In the second stage of alchemical training, the apprentice has now progressed in his spiritual cultivation skills to the point that he has now become a Taoist priest, and can demonstrate the advanced magical skills of middle magic. The training of middle magic is sometimes known as human magic because it is based on mastering the various energetic and spiritual interactions that occur within the various spiritual realms of the internal world.
Wow. Yeah, the Taoist Shi. Esse é o mais Taoist Shi. Esse the cultivation skills to the point that he or she becomes now a Taoist Shi, a Taoist priest or priestess, and can demonstrate the advanced magical skills of middle magic. As we talked about, right, advanced celestial and terrestrial powers, extraterrestrial, your advanced practice of Wei Gong, Nei Gong, Qi Gong, and Shin Gong, including your sex magic. These all connect. These all have a certain connection, huh? Right? So when you're talking about the cultivation skills to the point that you're becoming now a Taoist priest or priestess, and you can demonstrate the advanced teachings of middle magic. Yeah, so now we get into the link one.
Internal alchemy, the secret power of man.
Yeah.
The Yi Jin, the book of changes. It's Ling Wang, mystical light. In the third stage, the Taoist priest act as a Zenren, a true man, radiating divine light from his inner core. Yeah, man, just speak on the thing. In this stage of development, the disciple manifests the many years of accomplished alchemical training by displaying the esoteric skills of high priest, high magic, and continues in his service to the Tao by spiritually guiding others. The training of high magic is sometimes known as celestial magic because it is based on mastering the various energetic and spiritual interactions that occur within the realm of the hidden world. The hidden world.
The hidden world. You got the upper world, the lower world, the world that you see in the hidden world.
Right. The low magic is mastering the physical realm. High magic is mastering the hidden world.
You understand? No? So the training of high magic is like you said, it's celestial magic because it is based on mastering the various energetic and spiritual interactions that occur within the hidden world. This is what they talk about, the spiritual encounters. All these things like that. I mean, it kind of goes far beyond that, right? When it comes to your training of high magic or celestial magic and things like that. But yeah, please continue about it.
The esoteric Taoist alchemy is in fact a study in the case and effect of material, energetic, and spiritual powers. It details understanding the origin and context of the spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix, which defines the physical matrix.
It details understanding the origin and context of the spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix, which defines the what? You said the context of the spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix, which defines the physical matrix. Think about that pattern. One more time with me. The spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix. The spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix, which defines the physical matrix.
Of all things.
Of all things, yo. This is so profound. The spiritual matrix. One, we watched the Matrix and thought it was just Matrix. The spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix, which defines the physical matrix of all things. That's so powerful, man. It just shows the pattern of how things are created, manifestation. That whole process of manifestation is broken down into a process of spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix. Your spiritual source and divine connection that controls your energetic matrix, the energy that's able to manifest into your physical realm. Please, brother. Yes. Continue.
The study of esoteric Taoist alchemy is in fact a study in the cause and effect of material, energetic, and spiritual powers. It details understanding the origin and context of the spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix, which defines the physical matrix of all things. When beginning the study of esoteric Taoist alchemy, the disciples were first introduced to the study of the secret knowledge that taught them the practical applications of living in harmony with the magical laws of nature, as well as the important study of the subtle transformations and interactions of energy and matter. Eventually, the Taoist disciples were introduced to the highest laws of the spiritual practice and obtained the study of the various interactions occurring within the human soul, the celestial realm, and the divine mind.
Ooh, that's so powerful. Let's get into it. They say the secret knowledge that was taught to them through the practical applications of living in harmony with the magical laws of nature. Living in harmony with magical laws of nature. Bushido, the code, yeah? You live in along with the harmony of the code of nature. Right? Magical laws of nature at that. As well as the important study of the subtle transformations and interactions of energy and matter. Subtle transformations, they're transformations that occur subtly every single millisecond, right? And when you study those energetic transformations, you then be able to cultivate the interactions of energy and matter. Matter is your physical realm, yourself. You can be able to cultivate the interactions of energy and matter. You see how they interact with energy and you interact with matter all in one side? That's why you say when the energy is off for a while, you're like, oh, your energy is off, right? Because you're talking to the energy and the matter. Your energy matters. Energy lies, man. Energy lies, man. Energy lives, matter. Or energy and matter. Right? And so eventually disciples were introduced to the highest laws of spiritual practice and attained the study of various interactions occur within the human soul, the celestial realm, and the divine mind. The human soul, the celestial realm, and the divine mind. Your divine mind in connection to the celestial realm and your human soul. Your human soul, your connection to your soul is connected also to a celestial realm that is also connected to your divine mind. You understand this one? This is a sacred process now. They're tapping into some very profound statements here. When we're talking about spiritual matrix that controls the energetic matrix, which defines the visual matrix of all things. Then we're now getting into the human soul, the celestial realm, and the divine mind. The divine mind. You have your natural mind, but then you also have your divine mind. Right? And so this is very sacred in itself because your human soul is connected to your celestial realm. The celestial realm is, we see these stars move so many, we don't even understand how these stars are moving right now. Please, zero point gravity, what they were trying to study and say these things for? Spaceships, please. They don't even have Mercury enough to, please. Ridiculousness. You don't even understand. These celestial, the celestial realm that is actually existing right here, the spiritual realm that's existing right here, your physical realm, all these things are coinciding. These all blink. So don't be surprised when you start to see skies opening and stars moving and go around one. Ask for hot. Hey, look, if I see a star, I know if I see a star come down, I'm flagging a hat. Straight up. I'm hopping on. Please. What's up? Spaceship come down, bring me up. What you talking about? I'm going up. Yeah, I'm going tall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had these some encounters now. So I done almost been up at our head. They were like, yo, you gotta go and teach, brother. You playing about that. So now I'm like tasked and ordained to come and teach you all every day. So, hey, is I was forced under threat, duress, and coercion of the divine. I was divinely apprehended and said, brother, if you don't teach the level of earth, Chinese external alchemy, and Taoist lower magic, right? And so the first level of Taoist magic is the study of external alchemy. It focuses on understanding the universal laws of nature and how they interact and affect the human body and all life as we know it, right? The laws of nature and how they affect and interact with the human body and all life as we know it. You have to understand that blend now. It's a blending thing. It's a blending thing. So when introduced to studying the first level of Taoist magic, the disciple will progress through several stages of Wei Gong, external skill, right? And Nei Gong, internal skill. Qi Gong, which is also energy skill. Shen Gong, which is spirit skill. These are things that I was talking about earlier, right? So you have your progressive stages that they say, which is your Wei Gong, your external skill, right? Your Nei Gong, which is your internal skill, right? Your Qi Gong, which is your energy skill, right? And your Shen Gong, which is your spirit skill. Training, by the way. This is required in order to interact with the subtle magical powers of nature. What they say had to be required? Go ahead and think you're going to be jumping into magical. What's required that they said to interact with the magical powers of nature? They said that and these are things that they talk about in the Bible. What do you think Jesus was doing for 33 years? What do you think he was doing in Kush? Right? He was studying. How do you think he walked on the water? These are all different scriptures that talk about the sacred sciences of how the cultivation, right? So we talk about Wei Gong. When we're talking about the embodiment, because we have to break down the science, it goes far beyond just to say, hey, be godlike. It goes far beyond that. This is the embodiment. This is the understanding of the many different personalities of the divine. Therefore, they're cultivating your temple to be divine-like. So in the several stages of cultivation, the disciple is required to understand Wei Gong, external skills, Nei Gong, internal skills, energy skills, which is Qi Gong, Shen Gong, which is spiritual skills, right? And these things are done natural, through experience. It's not something that you like, it's experience. All these practices are experience because, again, nature is teaching you. Which is giving you a shovel. Take the shovel. So, this is required in order to interact with the subtle magical powers of nature that exist within the various realms of earth, the mineral, plant, insect, fish, animal, and human realms. Yeah, this realms to every single thing that lies in here. In this sacred place, right? The realms of earth. Yeah, there are portals here. Just like they talk about in Harry Potter. It's a portal. Please, I open one up for you. Right? Let's say, so with mastering the levels of earth, the Taoist disciple must comprehend the creative and controlling natures of the various manifestations of each realm's power and energetic influence. So each realm of earth, you have to understand the power and its influence. This important observation and study is defined in 3 levels described as follows. The study of matter. This includes the external study of a person, place, or items, sacred geometry. The external study of a person's place, or items, sacred geometry. Your sacred geometry is powerful in itself, right? Its natural shape and form, and how it influences the subtle energies of the environment and the human body. Yo, that's powerful. The external study of a person. Because it's not the internal study, it's the external study of a person, place, or item of sacred geometry. The external study of the sacred geometry is matter. So, the external study of the sacred geometry, all matter. So powerful, change the script. Right? It say all these special patterns are categorized according to its yin and yang. Yin or yang. 5 elements and 8 trigram magical systems. No, it's not. What?
Somebody was writing to you.
It's not ours. Like,
Oh.
yeah, it's not. Let me see. I don't be checking a lot. It's gonna be here on the book. Okay, I'll make sure I check it. Oh, we got people in here listening. They watching. Bless up, family. Give thanks, right? Appreciate y'all. So let's get back into it. Right? And so, come on, huh? It said this includes the external study of a person, place, or item's sacred geometry. This is sacred geometry here. This is the sacred geometry of this item. The sacred geometry of this item here is matter. Right? And all of these special patterns are categorized according to its what? Yin or yang? Just like they talk about, masculine and feminine, all these type of things like that, but these are all energetic principles. Why are you debating about Vajinga? The masculine and feminine is a yin and yang. Kind of goes far beyond the whole thing, right? But, we're getting into yin and yang, the 5 elements. You have your 5 elements of nature. You have your air, your earth, your water, your fire, your ether. 5 elements. And the 8 trigram magical patterns. 8 trigram magical patterns, we'll get into that into our next sacred studies. But right now, these are, just like how, what they call those yantras. When you yantra into, yantra into mudra. No, mudras are figures. Yantra is the mind yantra to see. Mantra, then you have, it's another one. It's another one that they have where it's like mandalas and all those type of things like that come from. But, I forgot what that was called. So I guess we're getting into the magical patterns, but, now we're getting into the study of energy, right? So this includes the internal study of a person, place, or items, various energetic patterns, So the study of energy is very sacred in itself, right? Because this includes the internal study of a person's place or items, various energetic patterns, the amount of heat, light, color, sound, smell, electromagnetic energy that is in it. All of these things are all energy. From your body, heat is energy. Remember that when you start using crypto and all this type of stuff like that, they say that it binds body heat, heart palpitations. Oh, I'm so random. Please stop it. The amount of heat, light, color. So light is also energy in itself, right? Light, color is energy, right? Color is energy. So when they say, imagine a white ball, color is energy. Or imagine it's energy, right? Sound is energy. Smell, aroma, it's energy. The electrical current, the magnets, these are all energies. I can create magnets and electrical currents with my hands when you hold them in a meditation like your pranayama. You can create a magnetic current within the hands. But that's something that you'll learn and do yourself. That's a way to do it though. So when you practice that at home, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. At certain times you'll be able to I did it fast, guys. I get better to read. But certain times you'll be able to, like, you want to be able to focus on the energy. So there's sometimes when you start to do the in through the nose, out through the mouth, but then you'll get into a certain state where you're not counting anymore. It's just maybe sometimes you're holding your breath. And sometimes you release it, and it kind of goes off of a timeless type of synchronicity. And so you have to understand those type of things, right? And so, and how it influences the subtle energies of the environment in the human body. So you're understanding how the heat, light, color, sound, smell, and electromagnetic energy influences the subtle energies of the environment in the human body. That is the study of energy, right? And so we get into the study of spirit. This includes the esoteric study of a person, place, or item's spiritual nature and how it affected the mind, thoughts, feelings, and energetic fields. Ooh, I can feel my hands like about to turn into something right now. So I can feel it in my hands right now. It's like it's heat like pulsating on my hands like right now. It's like I don't know if it's some type of trauma caballo, asheo, right? And so this includes the esoteric study of a person, place, or item's spiritual nature and how it affected the mind, right? The mind, thoughts, feelings, and energetic fields of the things existing within its magical influence. Whoa. I'll run it back for y'all. This includes the esoteric study of a person, place, or item's spiritual nature and how it affected the mind, thoughts, feelings, and energetic fields of the things existing within its magical influence. Magical influence, because magic is here. Magic is all around you. You can be influenced by magic. You can be inspired by magic. You can also embody that magic. Magic is going to always exist. Magic is, Wuxi is infinite. Infinite space. Magic influence, right? So you're talking about how, the study of how it affects mind, thoughts, feelings, energetic fields of the things existing in its magical influence in the spirit. That's the study of spirit. So next, the disciple is taught how to interact with, ingest, absorb, and utilize the spiritual, energetic, and physical nature of each of these various realms. Taught to interact with, ingest, absorb, and utilize the spiritual, energetic, and physical nature of each of these realms. Java, Brahma. So that's so powerful. At this time, the disciple is also taught how to recognize and separate the auspicious form, the inauspicious energetic properties of nature, and when to cultivate and ingest these energetic or esoteric. My God, hold up. Let me run this back. At this time, the disciple is also taught how to recognize and separate the auspicious from the inauspicious energetic properties of nature and when to cultivate and ingest the esoteric energies in order to increase his life force energy. At any time, you can be able to tap into your sacred self, right? Your divine mind, right? So the disciple is taught how to interact with, ingest, absorb, and utilize. Ingest, absorb, and utilize the spiritual, energetic, and physical nature of each of these various realms, right? This is so profound. This is so powerful. I want you to understand that. Because the disciple is also taught how to recognize and separate the auspicious from the inauspicious energetic properties of nature and when to cultivate and ingest these esoteric energies in order to increase his life force energy. His or her life force energy, by the way. Finally, the disciple is then introduced to various magical components of feng shui. You have to feng shui your environment, feng shui yourself, feng shui your environment. I feng shui every day. You people be thinking, you dress, this is feng shui. This is sacred alchemy. I'm talking to my divine ancestors. So if you feel bad at me, you feel it because God told me to dress like this. I only dress for the divine. I don't dress for you. Please. I dress for the divine. I dress for worship every day. Please. Whatever I have on, I'm going to dress for worship. Right? They're going to dress like me, entertaining the divine in the divine works, the divine business, the divine economy. That's what you're talking about. My divine feminine, I can dress for her too. But, you know, I dress for the divine. You see? So don't ask me why I put my necklaces on because I'm talking to the divine. Don't ask me why you pick up your clothes. Please excuse me. That was so much, you know. It's 11:11, by the way.
Oh, you know, how about that?
Yeah, how about that, right? It's 11:11?
11:11.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back into it. So feng shui, magical components of feng shui. This allows the disciple to comprehend the energetic movements of qi and shin flow within the earth. Come on now. Feng shui is for you to be able to comprehend the energetic movements of qi, your energy and spirit flow within the earth. So you can feel it. You move things according to such. Right? Whew, that's feng shui. You move it physically. I move these things around a certain way. This is all feng shui. You have to see the ancestor. I want to have it here. You see? But I put like sideways. You said put right here as if my ancestors was. I'm not going to say as if. You'll see my ancestors. You'll see. At this stage in his or her training, the disciple is taught how to follow the various energetic cycles of the low earth and observe how the environmental energy changes as the earth responds to the various cycles of heaven. I'll write that one more time for you. Right? At this stage in his or her training, the disciple is taught how to follow the various energetic cycles of the earth and observe how the environmental energy changes, right? As the earth responds to the various cycles of heaven. The disciple is taught how to follow the various energetic cycles of the earth. You know how many cycles of the earth, right? You're watching and observing many different energetic cycles of the earth, right? And observe how the environmental energy changes, because the environmental energy is changing based off of the what? The cycles of the earth, right? And so the earth responds to the various cycles of what? Of heaven. The earth responds to the various cycles of what? Heaven. The earth is responding to heaven. You're looking at the weather and saying, oh, well, you should be looking at heaven. Please. Come down. This important observation allows the disciple to know when and where to harvest magical herbs, minerals, and other ingredients needed for the preparation and ingestion of magical elixirs. Upon completion of the first level of training, the Taoist disciple should be able to understand the spiritual, energetic, and physical nature of the various realms and the unique combinations of elements that form the building blocks of life and creation. Let's get into it. Look at your juicy. What's it say? It says the study of Taoist lower magic, right? This is external alchemy. We'll get into the whole thing. You have to understand these realms, right? The absorption and transformation of celestial essence, energy and spirit. Celestial essence, energy and spirit. Celestial essence, energy and spirit. Celestial essence, energy and spirit is powerful. The absorption and transformation of celestial essence, energy and spirit is very powerful. This is gathered through the ingestion of the celestial powers of the sun, moon, planets, and stars. You gathering the ingestion of celestial powers. right? You're gonna gather the ingestion, you're gonna gather the ingestion of celestial powers of the sun, moon, planets, and stars. You gather that stuff. You have to absorb and transform the celestial essence, energy, and spirit, and that is gathered through the celestial powers. The ingestion. You're taking in the sun. You're taking in the moon, right? You're ritual with the sun. You're ritual with the planets. You're ritual with these stars, right? These are all in connection to yourself. You're astrological, astronomical, astrological, astrological, astronomical. Absorption and transformation of the energy and spirit of weather. Gathered through the ingestion of the celestial powers of clouds, wind, rain, thunder, and lightning. So these are realms that you have to what? They say you have to ingest, absorb, and utilize the specific spiritual, energetic, and physical nature of these various realms. The disciple has to what? Interact with, ingest, absorb, and utilize the spiritual, energetic, and physical nature of these various realms. That we're talking about. Right? And so this is absorption of transformation of energy and the spirit of weather, gathered through the ingestion of the celestial powers of cloud, wind, rain, thunder, and lightning. Then you have the absorption of transformation, the absorption and transformation of human essence, energy, and spirit. That is gathered through sexual cultivation, energy, vampire practice. These are people practice energy vampire. It is a thing. You understand? Right? And sexual cultivation and energy vampire practice. It's a thing. You know, it's a transformation. You know, it's the human essence, energy, and spirit. You know what I mean? Just like you have the animal world, you have the human world, and the human world is human. Right? So the absorption and transformation of earth, essence, energy, and spirit, gathered through the esoteric feng shui, the energy of wind, water, and soil. You're moving things right now. You start to understand these things, the energy of wind, water, and soil, right? Because this is your soil. Your energy is your water. Your wind is your communication. That's your yi. Your mind. It's all these things. You move things around in alignment with that. As within, so without. So you have the absorption of transformational of animal essence, energy, and spirit, gathered through the ingestion of animal bones, tendons, meats, blood, essence, energy, and spirit. So there is a ritual practice of eating meat. It is. I'm sad to say, it is. It's a ritual practice. It is in eating the meat. It's a ritual. I say that's why they have halal, that's why they have kosher and all these type of things like that, because it's a ritual of how you eat. How you eat it. Even in Africa, you have to eat it a certain way. Everywhere. You have to eat. Nigeria, Zambia have all the ways of how they prepare their meals. It's all spiritual. All spiritual. Right? And so you have the absorption and transformation of plant essence, energy, and spirit, right? This is gathered through the ingestion of plant roots, branches, stems, leaves, flowers, pollens, energy, and spirit. This is all plant medicine. The absorption and transformation of plant essence, energy, and spirit now, right? And so this is what is gathered through the ingestion of plant roots, branches, stems, leaves, flowers, pollens, energies, and spirit. This is all an understanding of these realms. You have the absorption of and transformation of mineral essence, energy, and spirit. This is gathered through the ingestion of mineral powders, tinctures, elixirs, and oils and energy. So this is why I'm on here today. I don't have tea today because I wanted to have the oil. Oil and incense, right? So this oil could be used in so many different ways. You see? Yeah. Only the true rules, man. 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 Oh, only the true rules, man. And you know, this is the oil you can put on you now. You put it on you like that. Put it on you like that. Put it on you like that. What you do? You put it on you like that. Oh, my God. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to go. I didn't mean to go crazy with it like that, but you know. Oh, you know. So this is like a ritual oil that you can put. Now, I wouldn't, don't put it in your face now, because it has oil inside here, inside the word. Put it on your body, all over the body though, because it also is a mixture of olive oil and also some good soul energy as well too. Sacred blessings, minister, churches, spiritual societies, ancestral societies, spiritual, all of it, etc. Krishna, all blessings inside there. You have it, you get it, you want it, you have it, right? And so, the absorption and transformation of mineral essence, energy, and serum, gathered through the ingestion of mineral powders, tinctures, elixirs, oil, and energy. Come on. Mineral powders, tinctures, elixirs, oils, and energies. Know how to make oils and powders and things like that. Tinctures. You get into ingestion of mineral powders that's so powerful in itself. The ingestion of mineral powders, like, come on now. We can, mineral powders, tinctures, elixirs, oils, and energy. This is very sacred in itself, right? So the study of external alchemy involves extensive observation, research, and manipulation of all possible aspects of the external world, with the central goal of transmuting these external substances into accessible energetic power. Over thousands of years, the field of Chinese external alchemy has generated intense research into various properties of the earth, the human body, and the heavenly bodies. Simply stated, it is a study of the multi-dimensional interactions that exist between these various elements and the cultivation of their subtle energetic powers. Oh, Shama. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. This relentless search into the external realm created an immense body of knowledge, representing the pinnacle of early medicine, mineralogy, botany, meteorology, astrology, astronomy, chemistry, metallurgical sciences, and warfare. My God, what? The relentless search in the external realm created an immense body of knowledge representing the pinnacle of early medicine, mineralogy, botany, meteorology, astrology, astronomy, chemistry, metallurgy, sciences, and warfare. That's so powerful in itself, right? Just the understanding of how the cultivation of those realms created this immense of knowledge when it comes to external and internal alchemy, right? So mastering external alchemy and the various transformations occurring within the realm of Taoist lower magic encompasses the exploration, absorption, and transformation of qi that originates from outside the physical body. The various transformations occurring within the realm of Taoist lower magic encompasses the exploration, absorption, and transformation of qi that originates outside the physical body. So you have qi that exists inside your body, and then there's also qi that exists outside your body in the physical. physical realm, yeah, right? It originates because it's the origin of this chi energy. Energy is an origin. Energy has no beginning. Energy is infinite power, right? So you're talking about the exploration, absorption, and transformation because you also have to explore this energy now. You're exploring your sacred vessel. You're exploring everything that's outside of the physical body when you're talking about external alchemy, right? You're exploring the energy, the energetic resonance that exists in matter beyond your physical functions, beyond you in itself, right? Because you're going to get to you with the internal. You'll get to you. Don't worry. I know my people that want. It's me. I got you. Because the study of Taoist lower magic focuses on the energetic and spiritual interactions occurring within and around the physical realm of matter, it also focuses on the study and ingestion of essence, chi, energy, chi, and shit of minerals, plants, insects, fish, animals, and humans. Everything. This is focusing on interactions with everything. That's the jinn, energy, and spirit of everything. The essence, energy, and spirit of everything. Right? As well as the celestial powers originating from the sun, moon, 5 planets, 28 constellations, and the weather. Come on now. The sun, moon, 5 planets, 28 constellations. 5 planets and 28 constellations is insane. What? 5 planets and 28 constellations. What? Where is it? Right? 5 planets. Remember that as we continue. Its initial training involves uncovering the hidden energetic powers of the earthly forces and how and when these energies wax and wane. The hidden energetic powers of the earthly forces and how and when these energies wax and wane according to the influence of heavenly bodies. My God. Yo, you're talking about the hidden energetic influence or the hidden power of the earthly forces and how and when these energies wax and wane. So you understand when things wax and wane, flow, just like the moon. Just like the moon. It's a wax and wane. Flow. Right? It's a wax and wane. Right? According to the influence of the heavenly bodies, it reveals to the Taoist disciple the energetic and spiritual interactions that influence the physical realm of matter. Therefore, Taoist lower magic also focuses on the study and mastery of Taoist magical feng shui training, and emphasizes the study and utilization of the hidden magical patterns influenced through and contained within the energetic and spiritual powers of the wind, water, and the soil of the earth. Wow. The Taoist focuses on the study and mastery of feng shui training and emphasizes the study of utilization and hidden magical patterns. Hidden magical patterns are serious. You're living in a world where it's like, you have your patterns that are here, but then you also have your hidden patterns that are unseen. And you have to be able to feel those things energetically, right? You can see the patterns, but then you can also feel the patterns. So you have to understand the difference of seeing and feeling. You can feel those things in balance and retrospect, in parallels, in perpendiculars, right? So let's get into the study of Taoist middle magic, which is also internal alchemy. Right? So you look at your Yi Jing, Yi, your mind essence, Yi Jing, your mind essence, the book of changes, right? The interaction of the various magical powers of heaven and earth that influence and control the destiny of man and woman. Right? That's your Yi Jing, your mind and your essence. Your mind and your essence. Remember that. Your Yi Jing is the interaction of the various magical powers of heaven and earth that influence you. Yes, your heaven and earth influences you and controls the destiny of man and woman. Yes, it controls heaven and earth influences you. and controls the destiny of man and woman. Look how you try to look how they try to change. They try to change the thing. They're trying to change it. We was on the. They try to change the page on it. It was too much. So transformational magic occurs, accessing the magical power contained within the center core of the Taiji pole, the three dantians. So you have your Taiji pole that goes right here. This is your Taiji pole, what they also call the Kundalini. The Kundalini serpent. You have Ida Pingala. But then in this reference, they talk about the Taiji pole and your three dantians, which is your upper, lower, and middle dantian, right? Your dantians. These are dantians, right? And so your Taiji pole, which exists in transformational magic, and then your three dantians, your middle dantian, your upper dantian is connected to heaven, your lower dantian, and we'll get into dantians later on, things like that. So the Wujing and Bagua training, the 5-element and 8 trigram, this is all internal alchemy, by the way, gathered through the internal cultivation and manifestation of the magical powers of the 5 elements and 8 trigrams. Look at 5 elements. 8 trigrams, we'll talk about those later, right? You want me, I can get it for you. Yeah, okay, I'll get it for you. So the 8 trigrams are 8 symbols representing the fundamental principles of reality, embodying the constant interplay of yin and yang energies. That's power. 8 symbols representing the fundamental principles of reality, embodying the constant interplay of yin and yang. Wow, that's powerful. Wow. Okay, so they follow heaven, earth, thunder, wind/wood, water, fire, mountain, lake. That's beautiful. Water and lake are different. That's interesting. So that's the eight trigrams that we talked about, right? And so they have the intermediate Shingon, spirit, alchemy, transformation of the body's spirit, gathered through internally training the imagination, sensation, intention, and attention. Right? So intermediate Shingon is gathered through internally training the imagination. Your imagination can be trained. Yes, it can be trained, right? Your sensations can also be trained. What you feel, these things can be trained. Your intentions can also be trained. Your attention can also be trained, right? Because this is also your Shingon training. When you're able to train your attention, that's a very spiritual practice now. Because now you're not many different places. You're able to divert that laser to one track. You put that train on a track and it boom a thing, right? Because you're able to Shingon and focus and do the alchemy of spirit for your attention and intentions, because those things align. Your intention and your attention are your intentions that you put into the universe, and your attention creates magic because you're giving energy. Your intention is the seed sown, and your energy is the water that gives birth to new seed, right? And so, same thing with your sensations and your imagination, right? But then you have your intermediate Qigong, your intermediate Qi, energy, body, the transformation of the energies that exist inside the body, gathered through internally training the body, breath, and the mind. You're internally training the body, the breath, and the mind. So yes, you're working out, but then you're also training your breath, the breathing in and out, your pranayama, right? Then you're also controlling your yi, your mind, right? This Tahuti here, right? So you have the intermediate Negon, transformation of the body's internal essence, right? This is gathered through internally training the bones, muscles, tendons, vessels, and internal organs. Ooh. The training of the bones, muscles, tendons, vessels, and internal organs. That's powerful. This is powerful. This is your internal alchemy. This is the transformation of your body's internal essence, right? Through the cultivation of your bones, muscles, tendons, vessels, and internal organs. Yes, 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 yes. You understand? You understand me. You understand. Now, I'm gonna stop it right there because we got into internal alchemy and external alchemy. And so we're gonna get into the cultivation trainings in the next episode, you know what I'm saying? So this was part 1. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to let's do some breakaway music. Let's do some breakaway music. How y'all feeling today? Yeah, did y'all liking the studies? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the hopefully y'all enjoy these studies right now. Hopefully y'all definitely enjoy these studies because I wanted to go in with y'all. I mean, I see we got 4 people here. Hey, welcome. Feel free to put something in the chat now. Y'all got me in here just teaching and stuff. Say something. Like a thing. Comment. Anybody here, y'all, if y'all listening or watching from TV or watching from your Amazon Fire Stick, comment. Leave a comment, share, like, whatever you want to do. You see? And so, look, since I got 4 people here, I'll go ahead and continue. Alright? Okay. Alright. Okay. I mean, so the second level of Taoist magic focuses on understanding the universal laws of matter, energy, and spirit, and how they interact and affect the human body. No, y'all not gonna get me because I saw y'all. That's part 2. That's part 2. That's part 2. But I want y'all to know. Yeah, that's part 2. That's part 2. Don't try to, cause y'all ain't leave no chat. Y'all ain't say nothing in the chat. Y'all want to just be watching and stuff. That's part 2. So we going in that right there, and I appreciate y'all, all the divinities and things. You know what I'm saying? You ain't want to leave nothing in the chat, so I'm gonna leave the chat. So look. We leave it off with a nice song though, cause I give thanks for y'all. I give thanks for the divinity. You know, I appreciate everybody coming in and tuning in with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Roma. Hold on, 1 second. Let me find a good song for y'all. Matter of fact, I got a good song that I got earlier. This song that I had found earlier was such a beautiful song. Wait. His name's Kwashibu. That's who the song is by. It's by Kwashibu. It's called Miho SM. Bless it, family. Here it is right here. thank y'all again for share. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for vibing with us. Thank you for tuning in with us. And we're going to see y'all again for part 2 of Dragon Lounge. It's the Dragon Lounge, yeah? Internal and external alchemy. Welcome.